So interesting that this particular plant, which is the most sap in it, was so sensitive to the moon that its leaves would open and shut with the waxing and the waning of the moon. Synonym for Soma is rasa.
And the sort of things that moon is very.
Well, I definitely wasn't going to vlog today. Actually, I had given up on the idea of vlogging just because I feel like, I don't know, sometimes you doubt yourself and your abilities, and you think you're not interesting enough. You start believing things you shouldn't. I got this Jun kombucha. It's blueberry ginger. It's actually not that bad. I like it because there's no sugar in it. It's just raw honey. Really good. I would recommend that, actually. And I get my favorite cookie, which is the peanut butter chunk cookie. And I like it also because there's no sugar in this. Since it was such a mission to stop the sugar addiction, I try to make healthier choices now. So this one is like super duper good. If you're ever at Erewhon, get you this cookie. It's the best. So a lot's been going on. If you guys watch my videos, you know that I'm doing this real estate career. But I'm not gonna lie, I have kind of like gotten distracted with some things. Like, I don't know, I'm big on purpose, and I feel like whatever I do, I just want it to be like what I'm meant to do. For a minute there, I just feel like I was like, what if real estate is like not what I'm meant to do, But, I think it comes from doubting your abilities. And I shouldn't doubt my abilities because I know I'm a very smart person and I'm very capable. I don't know, I guess my emotions are coming out because I've had a rough... Okay, this mic just does not want to cooperate. Or my clothes doesn't. I also got this granola. Savory crunch granola. No sugar, no artificial sweeteners, no preservatives, dairy-free. No salt. I don't know about that. Salt is like my favorite. Now that I'm not addicted to sugar, I have always been addicted to salt. I do prefer savory things despite my choices today. I love my savory snacks. Oh, wow. This is nuts, no pun intended. This tastes like... I wish this at least had salt. Because it just tastes very earthy. I actually don't like it very much. Anyway. It's so funny how I started my vlogs at a very low point. It was like right after my recent breakup. And during the whole custody thing happening with my daughter. And now, like, I thought I wasn't going to vlog anymore, but then I'm like at such another low point, but don't get me wrong, I am trying to pick myself up from this low point. So yesterday, I went door knocking. I'm gonna do the same today. I don't even have my business cards yet. A lot's been happening, guys. I had business cards from the group I was in before, but I had a falling out with somebody in the group because of our differences in morals and principles. Why work for an organization or a company that's morals don't align with yours? If I don't, for example, if I don't condone lying to people, regardless of whatever I'm trying to get out of work or career-wise, if it requires me to lie to someone and that's not what I believe I should do, but the company stands for that, then we're parting ways because we have nothing in common. That being said, I can't use those business cards anymore. So today I'm going door knocking, but in a different neighborhood. It would just be weird to go back to back in the same neighborhood. Usually want to do like once a month or maybe even once every 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, so I don't know where my life is headed. I think my emotions are coming from the fear of the unknown. And when you fear the unknown, sorry, this is what I'm staring at right now. Let me show ya. There's a Range Rover that may have ran out of gas or is having some technical difficulties. And there's 4 people pushing the car back into the parking spot or something. It was just a little distracting. What was I saying? Yeah, when you fear the unknown, I guess in a sense you're not trusting the process. Like if you claim, like me in this case, I claim to have faith, right? But sometimes like I second guess myself because I worry, especially when I don't know what's going to happen next. Like stepping into the unknown, like I worry. And so I therefore think or can conclude that I'm not trusting the process if I'm worrying, if I'm like feeling anxious of like what is going to happen next. I need to start trusting the process because I've always been a very optimistic and faithful person. I also don't have anybody to really guide me. Like I've gotten to where I'm at today because I had to figure it out. Like I didn't really have anybody there telling me this is what you do. This is what you don't want to do. Everything that's happened thus far going on in my life, really through self-discovery. If this serves as encouragement that you're not alone, I'm so glad. I feel like I've then done my job. If you really think about it, if you're famous or you're popular, you could be surrounded by so many people and still feel insanely alone. And what's scary about that is you're wondering why am I feeling alone? I have all these people around me. It's because there's no one there to truly confide in the way that you would want to be able to confide in. And believe it or not, society as a whole being stuck on their phone and stuck on a screen, we're cutting off that support system that we otherwise had back then when cell phones weren't like such a huge deal and people weren't glued to their screens all day long. So it gets to be more difficult when it comes to being able to confide in somebody. So technically, even people that are surrounded by people could also feel lonely. In my case, I'm actually lonely, as in, like, there's no one hitting me up or, like, inviting me anywhere. And, like, I've tried to hang out with people, but everybody's busy. Everybody's doing their own thing. And honestly, like, I guess I'm doing my own thing, too. I haven't really figured it out yet. So I guess I should be busy in the process of also being preoccupied doing my own thing, you know? So yeah, solitude could really get ya. Like, I don't even have my child every single day. But you know, I'm glad I don't have her every day, and not in a messed up way, but I've been a Debbie Downer lately, and I don't need her being around that kind of energy. And trust me, I think I'm doing a great job of getting myself out of that mindset. I'm trying to smile a lot when I don't feel like it. You know, not all the time, because it doesn't always work. As much as I try to remind myself, like, I will smile. Like, I can't keep relying on people to change my mood for me. It's not how that works. Yeah, I can technically try to look for a relationship or seek for love. I shouldn't have to rely on outside sources, people, places, or things to make me happy. Which is kind of what I'm doing with what I consume. It kind of does make me happy. It's like the highlight of my day is like what I get to eat. And that's why I'm having a really hard time fasting too, because I feel like I should fast, because I've been having a lot of like mental fog, and I've been having all these things where I feel like fasting would do me really good right now. If I don't have food, you know, like, what am I gonna look forward to in my day? I made it here. Gonna door knock for a little bit. Wish I could take you guys with me. But I think people already are so hesitant to open a door to a stranger, especially if this stranger has a camera in their hands, even though it's like a tiny one that doesn't even look like a camera. Okay, so I knocked on a few doors and talked to a few people. Someone told me if I was a realtor, and I said yes, and she's like, get lost. And she slammed a little window to her door, which is a first, honestly. I don't think I've ever knocked on a door and the person's been rude to me until today, but it's fine because it happens, right? I'm sure the more doors I knock, the more different kinds of portals I enter. I'm knocking on doors in 85-degree weather, but it feels like 100 degrees out there. It feels so hot. I'm trying my best to cheer myself up. I want to give myself credit because I think I'm doing a pretty solid job of that. I'm gonna go visit a friend in Santa Monica. Definitely not gonna record my friend because I think everyone that I vlog around gets a little shy, which is fine. It's totally understandable. I used to be really like uncomfortable, awkward, and I've just learned to embrace myself. You know, life is not that serious. We die and then we're like totally forgotten. And I mean, that's like one way to look at it if you really think about it. Like, yeah, we need to thrive while we're alive, and everything's just temporary. Our energy and, you know, our soul is eternal. Yeah, everything's just temporary. You know, we're living life on this odd floating rock. Also, wait, this whole time I'm over here holding my mic up thinking that it's on and it's off. It's a bit embarrassing, but anyway,
Signify
that there's a stabilizer there so that when the camera moves, it's not like,
okay,
there's not a lot of
stabilized.
motion. They're like hiding their face.
Are you serious?
Just kidding. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to do. Look, it was wilted already. Why is it dead? Why is it?
Oh, you picked it up and it was dead when you picked it?
They're all dead.
Oh, really?
That's concerning.
When was the last time you went to Applebee's?
What kind of question is that?
It's just